streaming Masters 10 in Taipei. Hello， 所有我们现场的观众朋友以及正在收看我们直播的电竞迷们，大家好。
It's going to be a great way to start the day. We've got the Chiefs and we've got the Mongolz. They'll be kicking things off in this in the first semi-final. I, for one, am pretty damn excited because I have no idea what to expect except ruthless, wanton, gratuitous aggression from the Mongolz and just right after their namesake.
Somewhere in some unknown grave, Genghis Khan will be smiling right now.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've seen a Mongol horde in action, and I am definitely looking forward to some raw firepower. Like Machine God is being called right now on HLTV. That's what I was checking out. I'm like, yeah, he was a god yesterday. The 30 bomb, Zilkenberg with 28, and not to count out the 3 other support members. They did a great job. NCL, I think it was NCL, Sugu, and Menace.
Yeah.
Like, they did a pretty good job as well. Of course, they didn't hit it like the 20 plus, but like 16 kills on all of them.
I mean, there's always a limit as to how many frags you can get when 2 of your teammates are getting 60 frags between themselves.
Pretty much.
So I wouldn't put it on them in that regard. Yeah, and I mean, we've been talking lots and lots about Machine Gun, but I also think Silkenberg deserves a lot of credit because obviously yesterday they had an amazing T side on CT. They started to struggle a tiny bit, but the guy who was constantly just fragging for them at that point was Silkenberg.
On the CT side, yes.
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily big impact frags, but at least he was key, you know, getting something going their way, even though they weren't winning rounds. And oftentimes it would be a lot of saving frags, or in situations where he's trying to save an op or something like that. But at least he kept it going because Machine Gun had a really rough start to his CT side. But we've seen what he can do once he gets it going.
And here we have the Chiefs.
Yeah, the Aussie side and
Aussie.
Hey. Oh, they have one guy from New Zealand as well. We don't discriminate.
Zuzi. Yeah. Zuzi.
And yeah, it's actually kind of funny because the one guy from New Zealand is probably their most skilled player. That said, they do have Top Gun, who's in the picture right here, and he is, well, one of the best players to ever come out of the region. And that's not a bad guy to have on your team when you need to step in. So he's here to help them out for this tournament. And he's been doing pretty well for themselves, and they seem pretty confident in him. When I was talking to the guys yesterday, they were like, well, if Top Gun gets, you know, if he gets that feeling, if he gets going, we're just going to put an op in his hand.
But they have to contest with these guys. They may not look too like much in the booth, you know, nothing special, but these guys are ruthless. They're savage.
They're savage indeed. And Machine Gun, second from the left. This guy, I mean, I'm just waiting for him to go ham. But I think the map veto should have been done by now, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to what the maps are actually.
Yeah, we can actually start discussing that already, as I do have the magic piece of paper. So
you found it, Dan.
So the first ban was overpassed by the Chiefs. Then with Mongolz, they banned out Train. Then we have a pick from the Chiefs, Inferno. And then Dust 2 was picked by Mongolz. So those are the first 2 maps. Then the next 2 bans, Cash by the Chiefs, Mirage by Mongolz, leaving us with finally Cobble as the decider. Should it be required?
Yeah.
Will we get there, guys?
No, we're not. This is going to be a 2-0 for Mongolz.
Yeah, that's what I believe as well. Inferno, like, yes, they picked Inferno against Cyberson yesterday. Where, I mean, I think it was, yesterday, I guess. Where it wasn't quite pretty for Chiefs. And picking against Mongolz, I'm not sure. Like, while Mongolz have lost Inferno against Cyberson and Tyloo in the past, they have like dominated everyone else on this map as well. Very aggressive play on the CT side. Like Inferno's map, when they go aggressive, it really helps them out. I've seen them play on the T side. It's mainly their aggression which really works out for them. And the same thing with Inferno. They get complete banana control sometimes, like 3-man push deep into banana without smokes. And just get complete banana control to kind of cluster the terrorists over wherever they want to kind of funnel them through the blender, so to speak.
So you feel better about the CT side of Mongolz, because that did seem to be their weakness.
Yeah, and on Inferno, that map actually helps them out here.
Wow.
So I don't know how good that pick is.
So you guys feel like the Chiefs didn't do their homework? Or is it hard to do the homework?
But
it's tough to do the homework
as well. Well, again, you know, as they mentioned a couple of times when we've all spoken to them, is that they like to reiterate the fact that what other people have said about them from Australia, that they're anti-striding team. That's not true. All that stuff.
It is.
I'm guessing it's kind of true because it didn't seem like they actually took anything to heart.
Right.
But in any case, I think it would have been tough to do some proper anti-striding in any case, because they're not going to be coordinated
at least for the
enough to. Yeah, well, yeah, and it's not, you're not going to be coordinated enough to actually do anything, and it's very limited as to how much work you can do within the span of a couple of hours the day before, and then actually have it ready to go today and expect it to work fully. But I still don't like the map picks from Chiefs. I would have expected, obviously, like I don't know if they've had any time to play Overpass at all, or if it's a map they like, but that's definitely a map that Mongolz don't play.
Yeah, they don't play it. So they did Mongolz a favor there.
Exactly. So if you're already doing them a favor in the first ban phase,
yeah, it does sound like they thought
you probably could have structured your veto differently and gotten more out of it. I would have definitely gone for something like a cash ban or a Dust 2 ban just instantly.
A Dust 2, I feel, could kind of favor Chiefs a little bit because they do have pretty much 2 stand-ins, and well, you know, Dust 2 is kind of a little bit more a puggish map compared to other maps, which might help them out a little bit because they have the 2, like Top Gun and I forgot who it was standing in for them. And well, at the same time for Mongolz, you haven't seen Machine Gun op yet, but the guy can op.
He does?
He can op better.
He does op, yeah.
Better than Zulkenberg if he has to.
Is he like the Olafmeister of Asia or something?
He pretty much is. He pretty much is. I would define him that way. So the dual op setup on a map like Dust 2, wow, that's going to be very, very hard indeed for Chiefs. So.
Yeah, especially because Chiefs, when they play versus MVP on Dust 2 earlier in this tournament, they didn't look too great. That was, well, just the match in general didn't look too great. It was more of a happy accident in terms of, it was entertaining to watch because there were so many mistakes by both sides, but that doesn't necessarily win you tournaments, right? It entertains the crowd, but it doesn't win you tournaments.
So what are we going to see from Mongolz on Dust 2? So say it's maybe a bit more of a struggle for them. You're talking about how they control Banana on Inferno. That sounds actually pretty interesting. Sounds kind of dangerous, but that's, I guess they like to live life on the edge. Is it going to be similar on Dust 2? Will we see a lot of cat aggression?
Dust 2 would be, most Asian teams, including Mongolz, tend to go for the standard, you know, the 3-man early long push, then, you know, try to control long and hold and go for the retake over in short, and you know, the standard 2-man in B, or maybe a guy in mid and B. But at the same time, what I like with Mongolz is how they tend to shake it up a little bit, like how Fnatic does. Like they kind of go to JW way sometimes. Get a fast cat boost, go for early pick from mid, from short, push in lower dark with the op if they have to, and they hit the shots. You've seen them hit the shots, so they do that, and it's gonna be crazy. But if it goes down to cobblestone, Chiefs do have a chance.
As we can see, we're getting the player walk-ins here. Chiefs and now the Mongolz.
Such a happy camera.
A bit more fire coming in from Top Gun there in the introduction than we're seeing from the Mongolz, I have to say. So pre-game battle, I would give that a leg up to the Australians.
They look really chill right now.
They do.
Yeah, super chill.
It's just kind of, well, last time we saw, well, you would know, during the DreamHack Stockholm event where you saw a crazy guy.
Oh my god, Skyrim is so loud.
Exactly.
It's so explosive energy-wise, and they were all like very nice, very kind of almost shy and very quiet outside of the game, but inside the game, those guys are
different beasts. And these guys are just super calm the entire time. It's like, we're beating the best team from our region, you know, on first try. Not a big deal. It's like after the game, it's like, yeah.
I especially like how Machine Gun has a small little smile all the time. Like it just be like,
he knows how good he is.
He knows, yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Wait until these guys get on the server with me.
I like that. Aussie's bringing out the flag. Wondering if Susie's slightly miffed about it. It's like, guys, where's my flag?
Well,
Dexter.
It's going to be interesting to see if the Chiefs will be able to make it through. I don't think that they, especially going with 2 standards, ever even necessarily expected to get this far. I mean, the MVP were, you know, the big obstacle for them in their group. To, you know, they had CyberZen and MVP, the 2 major contenders. They managed to do it. MVP not really showing up.
MVP not really showing up. Yeah, and 16-14 was a very close call. And at the same time, like you mentioned earlier, a game of mistakes. So many mistakes from both sides. It came down. It was a very entertaining game for sure. But 16-14, and then getting completely stomped by CyberZen as well, 16-3.
Then again, everybody's gotten stomped by CyberZen so far.
That's true. But, and again, picking Inferno, I mean...
I guess at this point it's more of a comfort pick for them. It might be what they feel the best with. And I think if they watch, well, I know they watched the VODs from their Inferno games yesterday, so they know about the fact that one of the reasons why the game got so out of hand is because they never got an economy on the CT side. So obviously, hard to hold people back and everything as we get the knife round going. Hard to do it much if you don't have the utility to buy some time. But they're gonna take that into the hand.
Yeah, it's. I think we're going to see a lot of crazy stuff from both teams, economically speaking. A bit of just maybe some envious kind of inspired stuff. So, quick predictions, guys, before we go into this one.
2-0 Mongols.
2-0 Mongols.
Wow, that was very quick and very decisive, I must say. And I suppose it doesn't matter all too much, which team ends up, which side first. I like the way Machine Gun's wearing his headset there. But it is time to throw it to the casters. We have Pansy and Semler. Take it away, guys.
Thank you so much, and I think we've summed up a hell of a lot about this game already on the desk, but I know you're a massive fan of that Mongol style. It certainly grabbed your attention yesterday. I saw how animated you were throughout that game. Now you got to see him against Chiefs. What are you going to be looking at?
I'm just going to be watching Machine Gun wreck some Australians.
Straight
today.
up.
Yeah, there we go. Like, if he hits that same level, if he shows up, because that's what Blair was most surprised about, really, yesterday in their game, is the fact that Machine Gun, he seems to struggle on land. This is the first time that he's shown up and really shown what he's capable of. And so if he can give us a repeat performance today, I don't think the Chiefs are going to stand a chance. I don't think they have anybody on the team right now that can really go toe-to-toe with the sheer aim that we saw coming out of him and out of Mongolz, rather, and out of Zinc.
So already, just to give you guys the recap, it was Mongolz who won the knife. They've actually chosen to start on the T side, so let's keep our eyes on what they bring to this one.
They control the pace, they control the flow of the game, they get to do what they want. This is perfect.
And already, straight up Banana looking for that control. They've got the flash out there, but Zuzi's got himself by car, but still, they're still looking at this one. That unbridled aggression was what caught people's eye, and I'm waiting to see that come to play again.
That was a nice, that was a clever little play there, though. Unfortunately, he had the angle off, but using the smoke, trying to line it up, he might have been able to get the headshot there. It's not going to pan out. Zuzi was the guy who stood out for us in the first Chiefs match here on Inferno. He was the one who got, I believe, a quad kill on the pistol, if I'm not mistaken. But a lot of it came down to Zuzi to keep Chiefs in the game. So we'll see if he can step up today.
All right, that flash is being lined up, and it's actually backing out of that one, so maybe just taking a couple more seconds into this. They are just on that jump-off point now. Machine Gun looks as though he's the first man into this. The flash goes in. No one gets caught by it. One boy caught, one by Nubox, but look at this Dexter. They're early on the smoke. Dexter doesn't see a thing, though. Already the Mongols are on site, and Zuzi is there, living up to that reputation. Again, 2 kills coming in back-to-back. But the Mongols are in the side. That's 3, but Machine Gun is still up.
Again, Zuzi, he's the one who makes all the difference. But yeah, Machine Gun, Sogu had some good moments yesterday, but we'll have to see if Machine Gun, he's going to be the main man here. And he does decide to take the fight straight up, nearly takes out Top Gun, who has to back off, play it safe. And they have that crossfire. Nice shot coming in from Burn.
Burn's proficiency on Banana was insane on those entry kills. I wouldn't want to face him off in that little bit of a spot there, but now 1 man left standing. The bomb is in a real awkward spot there. They both know where it's at now. Dex is just going to watch the cross off. And to be fair, there shouldn't be much here for the T side, but actually, tell a lie, the Mongols are still in this one.
10 seconds though. This is it. It's the end. He doesn't have time to get the bomb plant. He has to go and try and take this fight. He will be able to find the one, but he'll never find the other in time. All Burn has to do is run away, and that's exactly what he did. Backed off into Banana. So what we saw is that Mongols, unfortunately, they put the first 2 guys in. They committed to the site. The bomb got put up onto the site. And then the other 3, the last 3 coming onto that side of the push, they hesitated. They were looking for who had killed their mates. Instead of charging up onto the site and trade fragging immediately, there was a lot of hesitation there on the Mongol side, and that's what ended up costing them the round. If they could have just swarmed in as a unit together the way it was supposed to go, according to the plan at least, we might have seen a different pistol round there.
Already seeing a touch of a switch up here from Chiefs. Light Step still dedicated towards B, but Burn now coming over instead of Zuzi. As soon as those guns come to hand, a P90, of course, being placed in towards his clutches. Otherwise, only 1 rifle, really. That's going to be it. And on the other side, Tech 9, bit of armor. Limited utility, just those 2 smokes and a flash. They're going to be put down, I can imagine, soon enough. But quite the passive start for the T side here. Not just, running a Hail Mary. They're just going to slow it down and maybe look for opportunities.
Yeah, exactly. They've laid a little bit of a trap over at Arch, putting somebody in cubby. So that is going to be Top Gun with that P90. Real nice gun to have in that situation, especially if his mate, who is, Zuzi. Zuzi does have a flash. So if the push were to come in, if Zuzi continues to hold Arch angle and tries to bait for his teammate here, he can set up that flash once the push comes through, and then Top Gun can Shrek the Mongols when he comes around that corner. Mike got the chance. There it is. There's the flash, but unfortunately the timing is just off, and Top Gun, he gets flashed to the base. It doesn't look like Menace has any idea, though.
How the hell did he get away with that? Just allowed to come back into the fray here. Zuzi's now joined in, and Top Gun is going wild. That P90 perfect place, but that's not where the hit's coming. It's still on B, but Burn had the M4 early, but gets dinked up, can't take the fight. He needs the support from Lightstep, but now they want to make these peaks. The rotate's coming, Top Gun's there, cleanup crew on the way, and it shouldn't get much more costly. Machine Gun did get 1, but that's it.
They came so close there. Burn down to 5 HP, 25 on Top Gun. Zusi dropped low. But that worked out perfectly for Chiefs, and it worked out very well for Top Gun. I'm surprised that he was able to get away with that. The free peek, and then Menace just having no idea that there was a man holding in Cubby after that flash came through. But you can see how Chiefs are trying to set this up, and that's solid. So long as they can keep up the team play like that, it should be looking pretty good, because Mongolz are still hesitating a little bit. They aren't really backing each other up. Oh, nice nade on NCL.
Real nice. Quick little shot out of Burn as well, just taking control of Banana, not allowing Machine Gun any sort of room to breathe there, and pretty much a very, very clean eco coming out from the Mongols. Just going to have to suffer through this one more than anything, and the SMGs are still out for Chiefs. So this should be a pretty easy round for Chiefs, and hopefully for them they don't lose players here. Burn got a little low, so hopefully he's going to be relatively careful on that, and so far doing exactly what they need to do for Chiefs.
Yeah, they're just playing it safe. They do have that incendiary light step. Going to put that down, forces the man out into the open. Just peeking with the Tech 9. Not exactly like the super gun at this range, but that just sets it up nicely for the MP7 to come into play. Or no, the P90 on Top Gun. Not the best. I mean, P90 is fun to use, but you're not getting that bonus money that you would get with other SMGs. And so, I mean, it's an option, but would like to see Top Gun go for an MP7 instead, just to, if you're going to use the SMG, get that mad money.
He's actually going straight on the AWP now. I'm pretty sure it's Lightstep as well, who does AWP occasionally for the Chiefs. They brought out the double before, almost by accident. Like, both of them just called it out. I asked him, why'd you go for that double AWP? And it was just a sheer miscall almost. But the buy-up is coming out now. The T-side do have the rifles. Limited utility, though. Vast majority of smokes being placed down at this point, or at least in their pockets so far. But curious to see if maybe Top Gun can do something. He switched over to playing Banana, so looking a little bit like they're happy to kind of switch up the positions here, not being too rigid and as to where people are playing. But so far, the Mongols drastically looking towards A, but I doubt they're going to find much this early on. The CT side have so much still to put into place.
They have a lot of time to work with here. Now we have to see if Mongols decide to move back over towards Banana and try and get some control there. Pressure Top Gun, who's sitting with the AWP, so at least they don't have to worry about the AWP over here on the A site. It's all about making noise over here on the A site for now, and well, somehow he gets a headshot. Zusi is down, but Dexter comes right back into it, picks the man out of bedroom.
Maybe a little reckless here from the Chiefs, trying to go walking in towards Zaps, and the T-side already have that control, and Dexter doesn't care. He gets another down. Aggressive, challenging from the CT side, but by this point, it looks like the Mongols are just about to hit this A side, but Top Gun is waiting.
Yeah, nice leg shot onto Machine Gun. Whatever you can do to keep this guy low, it's exactly what needs to happen here. And now Light Step, that sets him up perfectly with the P90 on the site to just catch them as they try and wrap in. Poor smoke going down, but that still sets it up for Machine Gun to get the headshot. Now they know where Light Step is playing from. Could get nasty, and there we go. Menace just... We're just seeing a lot of straight-up duels getting taken here by Mongols. They're not exactly like moving in as a unit per se. It just seems like Machine Gun finds a headshot. You know, Menace finds a headshot. Everybody finds a headshot, and Mongols are on the board.
That's the one. I guess Machine Gun's winning out in the gun battle against Top Gun so far. The leg came through for Top Gun. That must be so frustrating as well, considering how much that opened up here. And Lightstep maybe kicked himself sticking on toward the P90 rather than maybe investing a little higher on. See, a little limited for cash, but Burn does at least recover the AWP, so that'll be back into place. I'm wondering if Top Gun's going to pick that one up, or Lightstep, maybe switch things around again. But as you said, the Mongols, it didn't seem to matter that they went down those two players almost instantaneously as soon as they made that play. The last three standing just picked up the slack, so there we go. 3 players remain as well. They get to keep hold of just about everything that they started with. The 3 rifles still there, and the other 2 could always go for the Tech 9s, just try and build it around, or the rebuys and drop out the others. So they're going to be back pretty well set. And Chiefs, who's going to stick on that AWP?
The question is, yeah, okay, I don't think they are going to go for the buy. They're just shy of the money. I mean, Zusi's low. So instead of going for a risky play, which would have, you know, possibly opened up the entire half for Mongols, Chiefs are just going to go for some kind of quasi, try and play off this AWP. Bird trying to get into position. He's burning alive. And he will be able to back out. But he's down to 50 HP, and he's the only guy with Kevlar on this team. Frustrating situation here. Frustrating start in the round for Chiefs, because yet again, Mongols, there is no challenge of Banana.
Zilkenberg, you can see the caution coming out from the Mongols now towards Apps as well. They're just going to maybe be a little, not necessarily hesitant, but just be very cautious, because look at the stack actually from the Chiefs. That Molly's going to do work, push him out, and actually make a little bit of a difference.
And, well, he heard him. That Molotov hit, so now Zilkenberg knew that somebody was up in bedroom. He tried to get the punish in there. Just a little bit too slow to get in and get the job done. That's unfortunate, because that nade just literally hit the guy in the face. Nice openings here from NCL. There's the bait. He goes for the reload, but his teammate's waiting with the AK. And this should be an easy A take here for the Mongols. They just power their way through this stack. Yeah, that's always a funny moment where it's just like, wait a second. You want to get in there, try and get that punish going.
Well, to be fair, the Mongols, again, these rounds are starting to get cleaner and cleaner, which is starting to become worrying for the Chiefs, considering, okay, they might be able to keep this up. But still, if the Mongols are starting to roll on this T side, they're starting to look deadly. And it's not just Machine Gun who's operating well so far. It's pretty much everyone's starting to look pretty good at this point. So Burn does at least fend off Machine Gun, pushing down towards the bottom Banana. But Menace and Zilkenberg are both going to be trying to pressure this, or at least maybe trying to get that out of his hands.
Yeah, get in there. I'm surprised that they're still out. I mean, now it becomes a bit of a decision for Mongols. They've given up 3 guys. Do they want to give up more? Their money right now should be solid enough to get a full buy going regardless of the outcome. But it looks like they're going to go ahead and just, absorb the losses, allow for the AWP to live. That's going to make a big difference here. He could get dropped down to Top Gun if he wants it. And he will actually go back to the AWP. And now he actually has enough money for the full utility as well. This is it. This is the key round here for Chiefs Esports, at least in the next 10 rounds. Like, they need to shut Mongols down here or they're on eco again.
And finally, we're going to get to see Machine Gun with the AWP as well on the T side of Inferno. Never favored, but this guy, I'm not going to doubt him until I see it in play. He already showed up with the rifle, so it's a big opportunity. And is he going to go for this one? Take himself through second mid. He might just swing out the peak. No, Top Gun just about backs away here. And NCL, again, looking for those opportunities, seeing if anyone's going to be peeking off the back of it. Set up again with the molly towards bedroom. Maybe trying to stack out here towards quad. Actually, Zuzi going to get himself popped up. Just battening down the hatches more than anything. Because I think the Chiefs are well aware this is such an imperative round.
Yeah, showing some variety in the hold. That's nice. It's a bit of a risky play, though, just because the smoke goes down. They check it. I mean, it's all about on the flash timing and whether he's going to be able to trust in his teammate, Zusi, to just keep turned away. And yeah, they decide it's too hot. They're going to back out. They're going to just set up a more of a passive hold. They were waiting for Mongols to try and aggressively take over mid early, but it's just not going to pan out for him.
No, Machine Gun, checking where actually Top Gun was not too long ago here as well.
And Zilkenberg has moved into Banana, so at least he has a little bit of information to work with there for the Mongols. They aren't fully committed to A site. They could back off. They're still looking for the kill, but Chiefs are doing such a fantastic job of denying them the entry.
And it's forcing Chiefs to play super passive right now, and Top Gun again having to readjust. He's sitting on the other side of this. Smoke goes down. Machine Gun's wanting to go on this one, but Ribby's just going to peek through smoke. He is! Oh, Machine Gun, what a shot! Just absolutely just going balls out, doesn't care, takes it. And look at this guy, carefree, peeks in, now he gets punished. Finally, Zuzi takes him down, but the Chiefs are under pressure.
Yeah, and he is going to get overwhelmed. There's still a man alive on the site, though. They figure that out just in time. Dexter! He nearly turns it around, though. And he does do good work. Menace is there to take out Dexter. But it's down to Lightstep and Burn. And we have to see how they decide to play this, if they're going to split up or if they just try and stack up. They stack one of their players just to get the trade frag. That is an option here.
Burn's got a nade, but Menace is going walkabouts. This is nice. This could go well. He's just sneaking out in the smoke. No. What? Did Lightstep see him cross out? He must have done.
No, they were putting shots into it the
Just
time.
seeing if it hit.
Yeah. Oh, Menace.
Poor guy, man. You gotta just like wipe away the tear, just like so close. But still, great kind of debut coming out from Machine Gun with that AWP. Such confidence. But then again, you know,
that's some old JW stuff, you know? Just like, hey guys, I'm gonna push through right through this smoke, take the fight and win it. It's like, okay then, you do that, Machine Gun. You know, there you go.
And then he followed it up towards quad as well. Just like swings out, doesn't care if there's one in pit or sight. He's just still going for it. He does get caught out eventually. I think it was Uzi who picked him up, but you've got to worry when a guy's that confident just to go for that sort of stuff. It gets in your head, and Top Gun now going to have to take his chances down mid. It's going to look a little bit, you know, a little bit hairy. There's a little bit of armor there, a deagle or two as well, so backs away, doesn't want to take the fights here, and you're going to start hearing it out. My word, this place is starting to get a little bit loud, isn't it? Menace and NCL, again, just laying down the early fire, just trying to see if they can find something, and keeping the Chiefs on their toes. Burn and Lightstep a little more present on Banana this time, but got to be relatively cautious. Those Tech-9s can do some serious work.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, that's why it's just a little scary to have Dexter playing cubby like that. He might want to back off and play it safe. Top Gun will find his kill on Zilkenberg up in apartments. And, well, now we're going to have it. Yeah, flashes just go powering through onto short. Zeus, he flashed white, but he's got that smoke down. So he doesn't decide to back off. He decides to play it close. And while that's all of the utility gone for Mongols with nothing really to show for it apart from, you know, a dead NCL. Sogu luckily is there to trade. But now they have nothing to work with to get onto this B site, Mongols, so it's far from ideal.
Yeah, and look at that. The molly's going down. Time is being bought every single second this goes on. There has been a recovered rifle, but Dexter's already seen where one is. They're trying to maybe help Machine Gun and Menace here. Tsuga trying to split between them, but Dexter knows that he's going to be pressured here, holds the angle, doesn't allow a second of that, but Menace is on the rotate, maybe assuming they're already starting to head over towards B, but not much to be found out of this one, and I think they're running out of time and options.
Yeah, they are, exactly. And, well, they have done a good job of forcing the utility out, but going in one at a time like this is going to cost them, and now it's all up to Menace to see if he can get this bomb plant. It should be impossible for him here, especially with the 2 players alive on the site. 10 seconds left. You just need to run in there and die. Run in there and die. You are not going to get bonus money if you do not die right now. He tries to take the fight, and now Burn, they can even play this savvy if they wanted to. Menace will find the one, but... Oh, he actually gets the second kill. Oh, what?
How can he be allowed to do that? He recovers the rifle, he keeps the armor, and he's just like, all right, I'm going to drop out my teammates. Suddenly, this could be a big round now coming out from the Mongols. You're going to be kicking yourself. You sat there so long like, where is this guy? You're like down to 5 seconds, and suddenly the swing out comes in, and you just smash back into place.
Well, I guess they were trying to get fancy there. They were doing what I thought was happening, which was, kill him after the clock runs out. He wasn't having any of that. He was like, okay, you're going to let me live. You give me a chance. Great, I'll take it.
Ooh, Menace is going pretty fast up mid here. The flash is coming out. Top Gun is flashed, but one player waiting cubby, and Zuzi doesn't even need to get into the fight. Top Gun does find it, and then Machine Gun trying to bait it out on there, trying to get the little smoke down, but doesn't matter. Zuzi switching up, fluffs the molly a little there, buying his time, but Burn is going to have to deal with any pressure that Zilkenberg and LTL were going to bring, and it looks like the Mongols trying to switch up the pace then, and just got met with brute force.
Yeah, Top Gun as well. Talk about brute, he's down at 6 HP. Nice flash to control top banana. It's going to force some utility out of the CTs here. And this is what needs to happen. They need to be systematic with their control, Mongols. They got up to top mid, they cleared out second apartments, and now it looked, or rather second mid into apartments. And now it just looks like they're going to push straight up onto this B site. They don't have a smoke, though. And so Top Gun, he's waiting with that AWP for them to cross. It's about to get hairy here for the Mongols. There we go. Top Gun, first shot. And now Burn, he's giving away his position, but that's not a problem. Just doing work.
Just had to buy the time, and there we go. Top Gun seals the deal, and this is Chiefs actually not looking too bad. Let's kind of just take stock of this. Okay, it started to look a little bit hairy, but Mongols tried to switch up the pace. Made no difference. Chiefs up 6-2. I'm starting to think they're finding a little bit of form here, and considering, their counterparts, I guess, if you look at Renegades, failed against this team as policy as they did. This is a good display from the Chiefs. Whether or not they can keep that up is yet to be seen, but I'm waiting for that big pickup from the pace from Machine Gun. He's just not been as maybe prolific as I'd expected, but then again, that was a big performance that we hadn't seen prior to that point. He hadn't been turning up as much in those offline games as the online form, so we'll have to wait and see if he can maybe find a little bit of that later on, but another quick play coming through the apps here, but instantly met by the Chiefs and again sent back to the drawing board.
Yeah, they do have one more flash to use, but that's really not going to help if Dexter is ripping their heads off. Nice shot from Sogu, but yeah, it's just not going to be enough, and there we go. That's what I was waiting to see, if they were actually going to decide on the pause.
Yep.
The tactical pause from Mongols. This is the right time to do it before things get totally out of control, before the Chiefs get too much momentum going their way. They have another 6 rounds to play with here, and they need to make them count. So, and it's like right on the edge, and I think they're just barely missing it, because yeah, we're not seeing like that straight up performance that out of Machine Gun, for example. Zinkenberg, I do believe, is lagging a little bit behind as well. Both of them, kind of struggling to find their form here on Inferno, but Inferno is a totally different, map from Cash, for example. Cash, you can just kind of run out in there, out in the open, take the fights. Chiefs are doing a very good job right now of playing passively, of using their utility to slow and trip up Mongols, and then just get that pick, fall back. There's never a chance really for the straight up fight where that Machine Gun is looking for. He's just like, come at me, guys, and Chiefs are they just keep on running, man. They put on their Nikes today. So, outside of, let's say, the result against CyberZen yesterday, which was, I wouldn't say a super upset. I think everyone knows how beastly those guys can be. Chiefs have a pretty decent record on Inferno, and even they say, Burn was one of the guys that pretty much made it possible to qualify through, to get here with his entry kills, with his performance on this very specific map. Out of all the maps in this pool, if Chiefs are going to do well, it's literally here. Looking ahead, Mongols are real good on Dust too. That's something that they can excel on, and the Chiefs are pretty dire, if I'm honest, record-wise. So if the Chiefs want to get this one, possibly go into the third map, it has to start now, if I'm completely honest. And once again, we're going to be seeing the Mongols on the buyout here, so hopefully they've had a time to discuss what's been going wrong and maybe work out a little bit of something they can bring into the 10th round. I'm just really impressed with Top Gun. He's a stand-in here, and he seems to be just the perfect stand-in. Guy hasn't touched CS in like a year. Shows up at tournament, top frags for your team. Feels like he hasn't stopped a day. I mean, He is so impressive, and he's showing up in this game right now for Chiefs. He's doing a lot of work with that AWP, the P90 before it. I mean, right now, Mongols haven't really found a solution to deal with him.
No, absolutely not. He's still being the pillar in towards CT Arch, just holding that one down. And statistically, he has been the best player for Chiefs throughout their 3 previous games here at Intel Extreme Masters in Taipei. So, you know, the power one player can really bring to a team is certainly being highlighted. But a much slower place from the Mongols here, considering the last time they had that gun round coming in, it was a super fast try and get a little bit of a battle going up mid, but this time not the case. Top Gun being forced away, a little bit of a smoke coming in, and he's just going to back out towards Library. And this could give a little bit more room for the Mongols to breathe here and maybe work something out towards his A side.
It seems like it's time for a full out execute. That's what they might have in mind, because yeah, we're seeing all the smokes come in, little light on the flashes, but that's the one issue here is that Mongols don't have a lot to force them off the angles apart from these smokes. Zusi's going to get ignored in the pit. This is a correct play, and they're just going to try and push forward. But yeah, Dexter manages to sneak a kill, and he gets a second one as well. Top Gun picks the man off of Arch, and just like that, Sogu's down. He's got 3 HP, the last man alive here in this situation, and not for long. Yeah. There's too much space, I think, between them, Mongols, right? They're not actually just swarming in as a group where they get that killer unit going. They're kind of running in one after another, and that turns it into a bit of a blender situation there for Chiefs.
Yeah, Zuzi was completely negated for the vast majority of that push-up quad, but then Dexter had all the time in the world to just, okay, there's my first, swing out again, there's my second, no one pressured him. And considering he was completely isolated as the smokes were in play, you know, that's an issue that they're going to have to face. You know, where's that aggression, that real nice trading that we saw not too long ago, literally yesterday? I want to find that again for the Mongols, especially on this T side, but switching up here towards that B side. Burn already spun out one, backing away quickly. Cover comes out from Lightstep, smoke goes down. It looks like they're going to have to wait a couple of seconds before they make that hit.
Oh no, but they threw down their smoke. If I'm not mistaken, they just smoked CT. Machine Gun will find an angle. And there we go, they have to commit to it, and somehow, so this is the difference. This is the difference maker. This is what happened versus Renegades, where it's just like, okay, it is just a little disjointed for Mongols, but they just do crazy stuff and make it work, find the headshots. And so that's what's going to make the difference here. If Mongols can actually start landing some shots when they take these kinds of straight-up fight duels, which is what we saw versus Renegades yesterday as well. NCL, you know, it's just like, this is it, the moment.
2 already in the back, smoke comes out, Top Gun. He's faked it, and look at this, NCL's going right out for the fight, and Top Gun knew it, reading him like a book. The fuse comes in, the retake certainly wasn't pretty from Chiefs. But Top Gun again, this guy is just having none of what the Mongols are bringing today.
Yeah, nice off angle from him as well. Just taps it. He even hesitated a bit too long there. He messed up the jump thinking that he could tap from off of the grill. But that was a really nice play by Top Gun. Definitely, like NCL comes around that corner not expecting him to be standing there. He expects him to be closer to the grill at that point. So really well done there by Top Gun with the mind games. But that's the big difference is that yesterday Mongols it just felt like, at least with Machine and Zinc, you know, every shot they took was a headshot, right? And that's, they almost always had a man advantage on Renegades. They almost always had, you know, something going their way. Chiefs are doing a fantastic job of just staying alive and trying to minimize the chances that Mongols can find those opening headshots like that. Although Top Gun is playing a bit of a JW spot right here. We'll see if he can actually pull this off.
I think he just saw the leg as well. Faded into the shot, but he hits it. Menace goes down. Great little trading from Dexter as well. These guys are operating now. Chiefs know what's up. 2 left for the T side, and again, Chiefs, they must have got the book of the Mongols right now because that horde is being sent packing home on this map so far. Only 2 rounds.
Only 2 rounds so far. That is not good. They did choose to start T side as well, Mongols. And so right now it's not going according to plan. Right now they are definitely struggling. Flash top banana just to keep Chiefs guessing. So it's between Sogu and Zinkenberg now, the last 2 alive here for Mongols. They've shown themselves a banana that's, you know, baited the rotation out of Top Gun. Now if they could only group up together and just, you know, charge up onto the A site, this would be perfect. But that bomb is back in banana now. Not really sure what's going on here with the Mongols.
This seems really disjointed. They do like doing these splits, trying to get through CT Arch, but every single time it's been Top Gun stopping whichever player tries to step towards it. Now, Sugu's going to have to be super careful here. 2 players still on that B side, but Zilkenberg, he's got himself pretty far up here. He can try and make the challenge, but look at this. It's causing the players to rotate off. Now it's a 1v1 on B. This is down to Berg, and Berg gets caught out. Suddenly, it's all looking good, and Zilkenberg is still going wild, but it is a 1v2, but the utility is still with the Mongols at this point. He should be able to do something. No! He gets caught out by Lightstep, quick on the rotate. And again, Chiefs, another one on the board.
Yeah. Chaos reigns. I'm not sure what, like, there's that the bomb wouldn't be with the first man onto the A site either. Of course, Chiefs are going to rotate. You just never, ever expect the bomb to be on the other side of the map.
Because logic, right, is...
That was all over the place, and that's just, you know, a little bit of bad luck there for the man. I mean, the fact that Lightstep was already in CT, it just didn't pan out. It just didn't pan out this time for Mongolz. It feels like a lot of that's just what's happening. They're losing clutch situations, having rough starts, including HGs to the face down mid.
M&M combo not looking so pretty so far. Menace and Machine Gun both taking so much damage off that. They can still recover from it, sure, but really not the start you'd want, especially at this point. You're already going to start feeling down when you're seeing the Chiefs up on 10 rounds and you've only got 2 behind your belt and you've been absolutely hammered in these gun rounds, considering what 2 of them won the initial buy, and Mongolz now having to look to some sort of recovery, try something out new, and so far everything they're bringing into this has just been met perfectly. And again, Chiefs taking their time, not over-investing into that utility early on, not putting down the smokes too haphazardly, but this is a different side. Zilkenberg's found Top Gun. That's the main man off the board now. He's spread out where that smoke came from. He's got to know there was a player in towards Cubby, but Zuzi's still allowed to breathe. How is he alive?
He boxes Zilken in, and there's nobody there to help Zilkenberg out. That smoke ruining everything. And a nice play as well on short. Zuzi stepping in, actually managing to do something about it. Bird is going to get caught, though. That's Machine Gun opening up this B site. Are they quick enough to pounce on this? Yes, the bomb is rotating through Banana now. And so it's going to come down to whether Lightstep can come through again here for his team. Sogu killing one on A isn't really going to mean a whole lot. There we go.
That's what we expect from Machine Gun. Those sort of shots to be just landed instantly, removing the threat of Lightstep. And this should be a round in the bag for the Mongolz, just spreading Chiefs out pretty thin, making the most of catching the rotate there. Machine Gun great on the play, and a little bit overzealous by Burn as well, getting caught out pretty haphazardly. And now Zuzi's just going to try and keep hold of the rifle. You know, he's pretty well set. Actually, no, tell a lie, he's not that well set for cash at the moment. So, actually, hopefully for him, he can stay alive here and does keep that up to play.
Yeah, that is actually a huge save for him. Because I'm not sure if they would have had the money on one player to be able to buy it. They could drop it, but they have 2 guys who are broke pretty much. So it's key that he holds on to this gun, that he makes sure he holds on to the AWP to something so that, you know, they can actually stretch their economy and get a full buy going here, Chiefs. I mean, that is one thing that works for Mongolz, right? There is a tipping point. They're losing the clutch situations, but then, you know, if they're constantly bringing them down to 1 player alive, 2 players alive for Chiefs' economy isn't going to get out of control. It's been a while, you know, after a couple of rounds where it's just been like 1 player surviving for Chiefs. And that makes a huge difference as far as the economy is concerned. They are going to be able to get a full buy going with the incendiaries and all the kit and caboodle to go with it. But right, this is the key one right now. Mongolz, they have a chance to end this at 10-5.
Look at this play, straight up banana. Zilkenberg was just hammering it up there with the AWP. He backs out of it, but again, Burn was the one who got caught out. He got a little too aggressive, a little bit too quick. Got found in the end. Zilkenberg just switching up with the AWP this time. Machine Gun dropping that one out to him, or at least kind of allowing him to take precedent on that. And to be fair, Zilkenberg did find Top Gun, which did start opening some of these rounds up. And it's a bit of a disparity if you look at the scoreboard as well for the Chiefs, but we can look at that at the end of this because already Zilkenberg is just testing the waters towards quad. And there is a player waiting just around that corner. It is Dexter, if I'm not mistaken. And you can see the Chiefs are just giving the Mongols enough rope to hang themselves with here if they do just start pouncing around those corners.
Oh, they're going off of the information, at least. They start using incendiaries now that they actually have a little bit of money there. Mongolz in the round. Incendiary to check that angle. No surprises this time. So they have control of mid. Now they need to find that first pick that can open up that A site. And they know that the 1 player... Okay, there's also info here. Smoke goes down to block off apartments. That's not really going to help things for Mongolz, but they need to start... They're getting to that point now where they have to commit.
Machine Gun's desperate to find information over B, but while this happens, Zuzi spotted the player out of quad. He's got the swing out coming in as well from Dexter, but now the 2 players have smoked out towards library. Are they going to go for a rapid? NCL's already going through. Top Gun's completely out of this one. Menace waiting to go. This isn't a bad spot to be in, but look at that time.
So yeah, the time is going to be everything here. It is key. And the bomb gets dropped. Yeah, that is it.
Every time this guy delivers, no matter what situation he's finding this, and again, they know they're going to have to come back for that. 10 seconds left. Time is running out. The B players lock it down. And this guy, again, Top Gun, the thorn in the side for the Mongolz, allows Dexter to come through, and now just Menace.
And there's no saving it this time, Menace. Zuzi is hot on his heels. He just needs to stay alive, and he will just barely manage it. You got Dexter on your screen. Dexter's having a fantastic game. 17, 4, and 8 for him. I mean, this is a Chiefs that is looking very good right now, very solid and well on their way to a 1-0 victory here, because 11-4, that's far from the mark here for Mongolz.
You know, on paper at the start of the day, I was pretty sure this was going to be a pretty clean 2-0 to the Mongols. If you looked at it, you know, head-to-head, who faced who, what was that score, it was all ball in their court, but it seems like the Chiefs have had a rather good night of sleep, because they have come out fighting here. And the players that really didn't get tested too much before, you know, Top Gun had a big performance, but Dexter was kind of off the radar a little. He's been the player to make such a big step up, and already Burn just waiting for that opportunity to pounce on towards Banana. He had a big start up on the T side, and that was actually their biggest strength in my eyes, at least for the Chiefs when they did play on this. So looking forward to seeing what could be a very minimal T side from them. But already the 3-2 split just being met by pretty much every bit of utility being put down. Chiefs holding back on the mollies as well, and they've still got a lot to work with. And again, the Mongols running out of time here. They start a little bit of team damage as well. I'm not going to help that out.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. They haven't really given up. They're still using this position at top Banana behind sandbags, because nobody from Mongolz has actually come through and got caught by it yet. So there is that element of surprise for Chiefs. Man standing out on short. Menace needs to find the shot, and he will. Tsogu actually will pick up the kill, but the damage is done. They might be able to actually make this play onto the A site here if they wanted to. Only issue is bomb is going B. And guess what, Top Gun? It's about to get toasted.
Oh my word, look at this guy just hammers him back. I was a little worried. Top Gun rotated so early towards B, but I guess they're starting to read the plays here. But then again, Machine Gun can still hit the shots. Burn goes down. Now it's Lightstep who has to hold this back. But Zuzi's on the way down Banana. These guys are split between each other. The fight in CT spawns kicking off, and Machine Gun's just trying to buy time.
Can they actually figure out, like Top Gun right now, what is this duel that's happening? And somehow, does Tsogu actually make it past? He only got a CZ 75. His teammate's about to go down. Tsogu, he's out of bullets. He will get the kill. Now he actually has a gun to play with, but there's only 6 seconds left, and that is going to be it. Chiefs, all they have to do is stay alive, and they win this half. There's the round, 12-3. That's the worst case scenario for Tsogu. CZ 75, he gets 2 kills, but just... that's brutal.
What can you do?
I think it's just overcomplicating things for Mongolz, really. Like, this seems
Disjointed, like what they have in mind. Like bomb is over on the A site when they're getting control of B, or vice versa, or you know they're not backing each other up either. I mean, Tsogu had a little bit of a moment there. He should have been with his mate. I think that's the main thing. It just always feels like everybody's running around alone, Mongolz, instead of running together and using the buddy system. You know, stacking up together, running in as a pair. Tsogu could have traded Top Gun if he loses his mate the first time like that, but instead, because he's so far behind, he can't actually get in there, and so just kind of falls apart. Now it's all about the headshots here. Can they actually find the Mongols?
Machine Gun straight away down Banana. This gotta be I guess they did have the 3-man stack to start out with. NCL did come over. Now Machine Gun's... I'm not sure he's been actually spotted out at this point. They are weighing back on this one, Chiefs.
They're waiting. They're waiting to see. And there is the headshot on it. So good. There's
Beast.
This is it, Machine Gun.
All or nothing Machine Gun. Well, you got the leap out again from Burn. This guy doesn't care. Top Gun on the backup as well. And that's B just completely in the hands of Chiefs if they wanted to go for it. But Menace might be walking down mid in a bit of a trap. Lightstep still watching that one. And Menace... oh, if only he knew. Actually, he could make this into a good spot. But then again, Zuzi's behind him. This is so disjointed again.
What is this? Yeah, Zuzi's trying to give you, like, where did this guy go? I mean, Chiefs are playing this very well. You know, unless they run in and just start getting picked off, that's where it starts to get nasty. Zilkenberg with a headshot onto Burn. And now is falling apart for Chiefs. They had the advantage and they're losing control. Smoke goes down to block off CT, but another headshot comes in from Zilkenberg. Another one behind that, and he couldn't get the next, but no, NCL robs him. Triple kill for Zilken, NCL with 2. But Zilkenberg just made all the difference. He just saved his team single-handedly, pretty much.
That was all Chiefs. They got the 2 opening kills on Banana. They were a second away from pouncing her. They thought, actually, let's wait, because Zuzi was like kind of up mid. He was starting like, guys, there's no one here. Like, maybe they early rotated a little second of doubt. Pretty much cost the Chiefs, but it's good to see Burn back on that opening kill kind of style of going around things here. And actually, it looks like they're going straight up Banana, just taking the fight, taking the initial damage off the back of those grenades. But look at this. They're still alive. How the hell did NCL stay alive in that spot? But they're still going. They're up Banana here. No time for Smoke to go down. They don't have it, but they're still piling in, and Zilkenberg sends them back packing one by one. And that USPS so deadly before, again, the dance begins. Dexter rocking a hard place, and both of them basically get him in the end. And the Mongols start building back.
At least right now, it may have seemed like the right hand wasn't there. Machine Gun not really getting off to that rip-roaring start. But Zilkenberg, he's the one who's coming alive here in this second half. Yeah, Machine Gun's still sitting on single digits, but Zilkenberg, man, he is doing a fantastic job. At least in one of those two needs to come alive here for Mongolz if they're going to get into this. And so far, it looks like Zilkenberg, he finally heard the alarm clock. He stopped hitting snooze, and he is definitely, getting some work done here. NCL, though, going really aggressive here in Banana.
Yeah, hell of a lot of SMGs as well. 3 of them still into practice, and why not? The cleanest eco coming out from Chiefs. No utility, no nades, no nothing. And a little bit of the long-range battle coming through. Why not, I guess, take the fight? But you got to be a little cautious. Top Gun is waiting just to dome anyone who comes back in towards Boiler, but only with the Glock, there's only so much you can achieve here. And this should be a very clean round from the Mongols, ideally. And there we have it. It is starting to become quite the comfy, little bit of a cushion. Zilkenberg already in the right place at the right time. And Lightstep left just waiting down by Team Mid. So again, nice clean rounds. Kills going on towards Machine Gun, maybe get him towards an AWP a little early if he fancied it possibly. And the knife, he was considering it, but Machine Gun's there. That's a nice little 3-piece for him. And they keeps on the utility, so they can be pretty well set going forward here.
Is that 3 pieces of chicken, Pansy?
You know I'm hungry, man. Don't even start talking about food.
I mean, this is where, I actually didn't consider this. Now this is where Mongolz can start coming alive. It doesn't seem like the T side, they were feeling it too much. They were looking a little disjointed. CT side, though, when the targets are going to come to you one way or another, that might be perfect. Nice flash there from Zilkenberg to set things up, but he will get caught. He's got to back out of there. The only problem is that sacrifices NCL unless Zilken, unless Zilken comes back to challenge again, try and draw the attention to himself when they come around that corner. That is a bit of a risky position to find yourself in if you are NCL.
Yeah. Burns can be on that banana as long as he can be as well. He will be...
Oh, what? Gets the leg on a crouching guy? Oh, like a pixel difference there, and he had the opening kill.
Burn just left shaking his head like, how? How did he manage that? But Zilkenberg is just got dominance of banana now. That is his. He's not giving that up. Burns could try it again, but I wouldn't go back for seconds. You've already surely learned your lesson by now, but Zilkenberg, he's holding this angle. He doesn't want to give that one up.
He is hungry.
What is this guy like? He is just so into this right now. He's going to back away, take a secondary angle, swings back out, misses it, allows Burn the chance to pounce now. Suddenly, Machine Gun's got to be scratching his head going, do I need to come B right now? What is going on? Zuzi's already started to pressure CT Arch. This could be back on for Chiefs.
It's the longest fight in the history of fights here. Machine Gun with the first headshot, gets the second as well. That's Soap, and Sogu peeks on short. Perfectly done. The fresh smoke going down here as well. I'm not sure how fresh it is, if it's a week old or not. But it will start to clear. With 25 seconds left, it is all on Lightstep and a very beat-up Burn.
Look at this guy, Machine Gun is getting confident. 4K coming out for him. Just shutting down the Chiefs. And yeah, I question Zilkenberg being that sort of aggressive. But then again, hey, if one of them dies, if you've got Machine Gun coming alive now, sure, why not? I guess, the 1-2 combo, as you said, as we said on the desk time and time again. If one's stepping up, if the other starts to operate as well, that's a very dangerous side. And
well, versus Renegades, it was the two of them yesterday. Machine Gun with 30 kills, 29 for Zinken. Like, it was just the two of them just going ham on Renegades. More nades, down to mid, down to banana. They're really making use of the early utility here to control the situation. Although Zilken is getting a little ahead of himself. He will find 2 kills, and he could get another one here as well.
Completely blind, though, NCL. He's going to have to back out of that. Dexter did manage to catch out Zilkenberg, but quickly on the rotate. Menace is there to put down any threat that did come through, and 4 players remain for the Mongols. Their money's starting to look pretty decent right now. 9.1 on NCL. We're going to have the AWP coming out to play. Zilkenberg's going to pick that back up. We've got Lightstep testing that one out as well here on the T side. Chiefs going to start looking at this T side like, okay, this is going to be maybe a little bit more of a problem than we expected.
I think Chiefs right now are trying to go back in time. Like, they're trying to remember, okay, if they're going to use so much utility at the beginning of rounds, like, how do we change that? Because look at this, it's just like HEs going, powering through, incendiaries there to take control of bottom banana. The smoke goes down. Like, it's a totally different style from what we saw with Chiefs. The addition of these 10 seconds means that your smokes are so valuable on the CT side. Is it really worth putting them out there so quickly? And it looks like Mongolz, they're still thinking, yep, you know what, we want banana, we're going to keep it away from you for as long as possible.
Mongolz only losing 5 players in the entirety of their CT side so far. Smoking down banana again, just keeping Chiefs back. No one's going bounding through that anytime soon. Both players are pushed up. Actually, Machine Gun taking over on banana right now for NCL, putting Zilkenberg towards CT Arch.
This is the last smoke, though, that they have. They have 2 incendiaries left and a flash. Like, Mongolz, to make their lives easier, they could really use a kill right now. And Zilkenberg is hunting around with that AWP. He's looking to see if he can't find somebody, but yeah, this is starting to get a little scary for the Mongols. They are running out of gear, and Chiefs, all they've had to do, they're like, okay, if you want to use your smokes, you use your flashes, use your mollies, I mean, use everything so early on when there's still a minute left on that clock, we'll let you. Or he's going to sit around and get control of apartments. This is very standard stuff. And now, what can they really do to hold off Banana? Oh.
That's a stack.
A clever stack. Yeah, that works.
We look at Machine Gun right now. He is just propped up on NCL's face. And you can see the pop flash being lined up too. This is a real nice combo coming out if they actually make this play. And it looks like the Chiefs are about to run into trouble.
Now they turn away from it. Oh, it's not a nice one because it actually flashes his own man. Awkward.
Oh, it could have been beautiful, but Machine Gun's still alive. 9 seconds left, and the bomb is down. If they buy a couple more seconds, Lightstep allowed a chance of retribution, but he's still alive. He's still planting, but it's down to the last second, and it's too little too late. Wow, again, that bomb just about got put down as well.
I don't understand, Machine Gun.
Why?
You know the flash is coming.
Why?
He gets full flashed. And the Chiefs are just like, cool, we'll just go up onto the site. No problem, nobody's here, right? Like, oh, man, that's awkward. Machine Gun did play it right. He did make up for that in the end by staying alive behind new boxes, doing everything he could to just, buy time for his mates. For it to come down that close as well, Chiefs have got to be so frustrated because they got the kill in CT with the backstab. They just managed to sneak their way in. This time around, though, wow, it's Burn who gets caught completely, and 3 guys over at Banana early on. Mongolz, they really do believe in early Banana control on their CT side.
And if they'd looked at the Chiefs, it was down to Burn opening up B every single time in their previous games on Inferno. Literally, his entry kill ratio was 1.43 throughout all of this, which was pretty darn decent in comparison to most others thus far, being very, very consistent on that throughout their previous games. But now, if he's not having luck, I want to see what Chiefs can go back to, because, as said, when they have success on B, they look pretty good. They get these close rounds. Small errors happen with the Mongols, but now I want to see if Chiefs have another step to go to. That's a good start, though. Lightstep doming down Menace, takes control there toward quad, but still, NCL and there's another just sat in on that A side. This is still a tough side to break. 3 players here for the Mongols.
Yeah, Menace, and he pulls the trigger as well. He gets that headshot on Lightstep, so that's going to be frustrating for him. Machine Gun, though, there we go. He gets taken out. That's a big kill. Machine Gun was a heavy hitter. Flash onto short. That's going to put the pressure on. Finally, it looks like things are coming together here for Chiefs. There's some shakiness going on, but do they actually check the site? They don't actually check the site. Oops. Luckily, the spray is just a little bit too slow there. If that was the old M4,
you'd have
A1,
that.
You'd have had that 100%. Like, you would have had both kills like super quick. But that the new A1 with that slower fire rate just feels like it takes a lifetime sometimes when you're going full spray to get a kill.
Yeah. Not what you want when you're watching like just the seconds pass as that plant's coming in, just the sweat on your brow just coming through. But still, it's a round finally to break the back of the Mongols, just going on a bit of a rampage. So finally the Chiefs do get one on the board, 13-9 now, but Mongols should be able to just shake that off ideally. But then again, if the Chiefs get a little confident here, but Menace is right on the verge of that smoke, and this play just down by second mid, but no one going for it yet. Chiefs holding back for a second here.
And it is so scary watching Mongols. They use so many nades so early in the round. This is really worrisome because it just doesn't leave them a whole lot to work with. This Chiefs, just a huge difference in just how much utility they still have. Smoke is going to go down. Nice flash there. Machine Gun's a dead man. But Sogu's there to make it up, and he actually gets the bomb. So Boiler, and he gets the second kill. That was the key right there. That's the one that's going to make the difference. Now it's all out to Menace. He cannot feed his teammate. He needs to stand up and actually take a fight, but he's not going to get it. And somehow they found their way back into this, Chiefs.
It was all down to Menace. He could have been such a linchpin player in that, and Top Gun just about makes it out of the side to Zilkenberg, who's still hunting this down. He doesn't care. He won't in. Lightstep New Orleans up, and again shuts down the round. Chiefs breaking in, eventually getting back on track, 14-9. It's been a long time in the making. Their T-side looks sloppy, but they have found another way through, and it seems as though, the good flashes towards CT Arch, catching out Machine Gun, Lightstep trying to find some form on the AWP on this T side, has been really paying dividend for the Chiefs here.
Yeah, Machine Gun just out in the middle of nowhere at the beginning of that round, just sitting in arcs like that. The one thing he needs to not do is eat that flash. Sogu tried to do the best that he could, but the pressure was on once Menace got picked off. That's the main thing. He's so far out there that, on short, that if they wrap around Arch, it's over. And, well, Machine Gun just donates himself. That's also not going to help things here for the Mongols. Chiefs, they've really managed to come back into this after having such a strong first half. Now they finally figured out how to make their two-side work, and well, the pressure is on. Mongols, can they hold?
Batten down the hatches. It looks like the Chiefs are starting to have that B sort of position. And Menace is going walkabouts in app, so he might start heading down towards second mid, but Dexter is expecting that, so they could trade through no matter how that comes. But at the end of the day, NCL is actually backing a little away from this. He just dropped down the smoke, but Burn doesn't really care. He's still swinging out on this, but Zilkenberg holds strong, pushes them back. But the Chiefs have 3 players here, and they want to pick up the pace. Dexter loses out on this. Top Gun clears out the corners. NCL's back towards B, but Lightstep's going walkabouts with that bomb.
Getting picked off one at a time here. There's the flash. Lightstep really going to try and make this work, but just to show a little bit of a presence in mid. The backstab is going to be so quick here, though, from Menace. He's got an AK to work with now. He's waiting in second mid. And there's the push. NCL, he stands out, tries to take the fight, gets overwhelmed. It's going to come down to Togu, and now Zilkenberg. What an unlikely spot. He actually uses the smoke to get in on the other side. And Menace with the backstab. It works perfectly. They even save the AWP. No, they don't.
They dropped that out.
They don't save the AWP. Thought that perhaps they'd want to hold on to that for machine gun, but not going to be the case. Interesting.
And the money for the T side, really not great here. Top Gun's got a little bit. He could drop out some pistols maybe, but I think they're just going to take this one on the chin right now and just go for what they can. Literally Glocks, a couple of flashes, P250s, and on the other side, Mongols so well played then. I love that little play on the bottom of the smoke, just taking the chance in from Zilkenberg, but App's push coming out, just Menace knows what's just about to be coming through the apartments. Good little flash loaded down, but here comes the flood. Pins him up in the air, and Sugo's waiting, and this should be clean as you like. Lightstep gets one, but no more to be found.
That's all right. Machine gun with the FAMAS. Somebody will be able to drop him a gun in the next round. This should be fine. You know how there's that like practice warm-up thing where it's like you just shoot your gun and keep it in the air indefinitely? It doesn't work like that.
Still juggling.
Doesn't work like that with Wild.
It's like the lightning gun in Quake, you know what I mean? Just like hold them right up in the air. Always beautiful, but still 14-11. Chiefs on the verge here, but still, it's starting to look worrying, right? The Mongols are starting to wake up. They're starting to look a little more deadly. They're starting to find what made them so brilliant previously, and it's a dash of aggression from Zilkenberg every now and then. Machine gun being punished for it on occasion, but so far they need to make that balance work, and Dexter, not much more to work with than just the Tech 9. Gonna go for the utility though and try and make his place at least noted, but Machine Gun pushing to Abs, trying to take back on some of this map control, and Zuzi, he could be in real trouble real soon.
Oh, wow, and you lose Machine Gun as well. That is not acceptable. What in the Sam hell is Menace doing? And, well, that's it. They just got clobbered, Mongols, at all sides. They tried to go aggressive in this round, and everybody failed on their part. That is a catastrophe.
That crossfire just got taken apart piece by piece. It was being held well. It seemed a nice idea, but, when Top Gun starts to hit those shots, Zuzi lands his eventually, bearing in mind, that's the control down. And, the last 2 players, NTL and Zilkenberg, have been pretty much glued to this B side. They know where they are, and Chiefs are actually going hunting for this.
Yeah, this is perfect. Perfectly done by Chiefs. They can afford to donate a couple of guns if they need to just to find these guys. Burn will get caught, so there's 1 AK down. Dexter hesitating a little bit. He's going to try and make his way in here. He does have a gun to work with now, and he's just going to go charging through. Tech 9 in hand. Nice save by Zilkenberg. Point blank, and that's it. That's enough. Chiefs, that's all the damage they're willing to absorb here. They're going to hold on to their AWP, double AK. Just keeping it on the limit. 15 rounds, though, and this is now map point for Chiefs.
So close to closing this one out, at least in the first map. These are best of 3s, bearing in mind after this one, it'll be Dust 2, which is the Mongols' choice. So, that is the one we'd expect them to really perform on. They're finding form in the CT side, but maybe just a little too late. But then again, there's room here to come back into it, and the Chiefs being pressured very early on again.
Yeah, a little bit of a Molotov going down there to force Burn out. He's going to take a little bit of damage, down to 57 HP. Oh, oops. Right.
Oh, Menace. He's got 3 players per one. I think he just spotted out at least 2, so they've got to know what's coming their way.
Not sure if he spotted the bomb, though. So they can't over-rotate. They are going to bring an extra man over to the A side. Top Gun looking to find that entry. He might get it here. No, Togu rips his head off. What a shot. That was sick. And now with the 4 players here, this is pretty much impenetrable for Chiefs. They are taking aggressive positions, though, Mongols. There is going to be that bait and switch as well with the man waiting in cubby. They have the crossfire here between Togu And the second man, big spray going down, and they need to peek behind this machine gun. Where is he? He messes it all up.
Now down to the 3v3, Dexter having his way with him. Burn finds NCL, it's down to Zilkenberg again. This has got to be big for him. He's got to come up with the goods. He's got a little bit to work with, but it's not looking likely.
Oh, this is not going to happen, Zilk. Oh, I mean, Burn has only got 7 HP, 50 HP on Dexter, and let's see if he can spot the man. There's Burn down, second man in. What a shot! Zilkenberg, he pulls it off in the end. Dexter challenges, and that instant shot. This is the kind of aim we saw yesterday on Cash. That was monstrous.
Just eviscerating the Chiefs left standing. Really nice work, and the money's starting to look a little bit questionable for the Chiefs here. This could get very close. Tech9's coming out. Now, they haven't been too bad on that bearing line, Chiefs. They've been able to pressure, but again, do you want to take those Tech9s towards Zilkenberg, who's been just ripping you apart? Do you want to try and maybe make a play, catch out machine gun? I'm curious here.
I think you got to risk it, and they are going to risk it for a biscuit. And there are the anti-rust nades and available bullets too. Zilkenberg gets caught. Soga needs to be careful though. Triple there. And way too close. Such a scary situation when you're trying to face down the P250 Tech9 rush like that. But that's unfortunate for Chiefs, considering had they just waited a little bit. I mean, Mongolz have been putting out the anti-rush nades pretty much every round that they have the utility. So Chiefs kind of just ran into the blender there. I don't think it's going to be the end of the world though, because they have the money to buy in this round, and they kind of just they probably just wrote that last round off like, all right, whatever. Let's donate it, move on.
15-13 though, the Mongols, you've got to be thinking they're starting to get a little bit of confidence back with them at this point. And again, the Chiefs completely ignoring Banana, you can't blame him. Initially, Menace dropping his smoke out down towards Banana, allowing them that real quick control, making sure that none of the Chiefs can find that initial fight. But NCL quickly coming over towards A. Again, they're very ready to stack out A pretty much as soon as they realize it's maybe not that B hit, but it looks like it's once again going to be heading up towards A. Menace, Sugu, Machine Gun, and NCL have to be able to bear the brunt, but not really much more of a play coming off the back of that from the Chiefs.
Now the 4 players here as well. Let's see if they decide to commit to this, Chiefs. I mean, they have put in a few Molotovs, a few of their nades into getting mid control. But now, you know, they have 3 smokes, couple flashes, Lighthouse, or Light Step rather, has the angle, misses the shot. That's got to be a 100% shot. Bomb is going to get dropped out in the open, though, and both players getting caught out. Zusi finds Sogu as well. No heroics this time, and it's all on Menace, who's been missing a few shots so far in this half. He doesn't miss that one, nearly picks up a second as well, but you know, Zilkenberg, you pulled off a 1v2 in the last round, and, well, I was about to say you're going to have to handle a 1v3, but catching out Dexter like that works just fine.
Light Step this time with the open hand, holding this down. If he misses this, then game on. Then Zilkenberg might be able to do something, but hopefully, for his sake, he does land it as he does. That is map 1 going to Chiefs here in this best of 3. The Mongols started to look so deadly, though, on that T side. Once we saw a couple of players finding that form, they started to warm up, but it's not over yet. Still possibly 2 maps to go here, Samler. This is a much closer game than I expected.
There's going to be some frustration here on Mongol's side. I mean, they don't look too perturbed, but it definitely took them a bit too long to find themselves in the first half. Well, they had never really found themselves in the first half on their T side. That's what cost them. I mean, when we had, what, like a 13-2 finish to the half, the fact that it took that long, actually, for Chiefs to come back into that game and close it on their T side is what was a little concerning. It took them a while to figure out that there were some, well, that Mongols had such a different style. The way that they approached their CT style, CT side, you know, using all their utility early on in the round instead of holding on to it, which is like the new meta, I guess. You hold on to everything as long as you possibly can. That probably shook Chiefs just a little bit, made them have to work a little harder.
So maybe a little bit of a reset for both teams now, as bearing in mind the next map is the choice of the Mongols. Hopefully they can pull themselves together. But guys, we're going to take a very quick break. But when we're back, map 2.